How small humans are compared to those seats. This thing's like the size of a freaking Star Destroyer. Hello everyone, it is Briximus Prime, back for another Transformers Legacy Evolution action figure video, and today we're looking at the Transformers Prime Universe Skyquake. And yeah, let's just get right on into the figure by starting with the packaging. Right up front here, we've got a very nice piece of artwork with Skyquake in the front, and it's got his jet mode right there, Legacy Evolution, and it's got a nice image of his face right there and his jet mode here on the side, Transformers Generations, Transformers Legacy Evolution, and then there's a barcode right there. And when you scan that barcode, takes you to Hasbro's website. Got a nice little gif there of Skyquake. Says his name's Skyquake. Says he's a demolitions expert. Turns into a Cybertronian jet. And also, it says here that he's from the Prime Universe, as, you know. And then it says here that his signature weapon is called the Tornado Cannon. That's cool. Shoots a barrage of lasers that bursts at opponents. Skyquake is among the most loyal of the Decepticons, following every order his leader commands without question. His strength is a 9, his intelligence is a 7, his speed is an 8, and his firepower is a 10. Pretty good stuff from Skyquake. That's pretty fascinating. Here on the side of the pack, authentic Transformers! Here on the back of the packaging, just got a bunch of stuff talking about action figures and all kinds of stuff that we'll talk about another day. So let's just get right on into the figure itself. Now some of you might be get the frick out of here. And here's taking a look at the accessories here. He comes with a nice big old Gatling gun here. I love all the mechanical detail here. And the machine gun does have some nice barrels sculpted right there. It does also have an extra handle that pulls out just right there with a nice ball joint, so you can adjust it however you wish. And also right here on the bottom, you pull out the sword. And sadly, it's done all in clear plastic. So honestly, I feel like this is going to break any day now. And the blade is not wanting to come out of there. And honestly, that was not worth all the trouble to get that out. Looks more like a toothpick. Now, some of you might be wondering, why am I starting with this guy's vehicle mode? Well, I usually try to have my reviews start out in the mode that the character comes packaged in the box, and this guy comes packaged in his jet mode, so that's where we're going to start. First of all, very nice orange cockpit right here, and it does feature some seats in there. Sadly, I do not have a figure that can fit in that cockpit. And overall, the landing gear and all the mechanical detail does give a good profile for the jet, even though it does look a little fat on the bottom. And overall, the very top definitely has some nice highlights of silver and red that really picks out a lot of those nice details. Especially from the back view profile, even though there's no jet out there that I'm aware of that has 3 turbines, it still makes this look really cool, though. And these turbines back here are blast effect compatible, which just makes me wanna... And of course, when in flight mode and flight poses, you can retract the landing gear. And also for flight poses, there is a port right there. Plug in a stand of your choice. Man, I just can't stand some of these features. Come on, you stupid camera. Quit being so blurry. What the heck? Oh my gosh. How horrible would it be just to do the review like this? As you can see, there's a lot of great detail on here. And here is Skyquake compared next to the last Legacy Evolution figure I took a look at, the Core Class Nemesis Prime. Here he is next to the last Transformers Legacy Prime Universe figure I took a look at, the Deluxe Class Knockout. And then here he is next to another Prime Universe character that I also took a look at, the Deluxe Class Bulkhead. Specifically, this is the Wreck and Rule Collection version, because I got rid of my previous one. I prefer how this one looks, but anyway, that's it for the comparisons. Now let's get into Skyquake's transformation. Taking a look at Skyquake's head sculpt here, it looks pretty good, I'd say. And obviously it is kind of G1-ified, I guess is what you want to call it, but Overall, I don't think it's a downgrade or anything. I still think it looks pretty good. And overall, the rest of the design does look pretty nice. I like the sleek shoulders here. These silver highlights definitely bring out a lot of the details up front and center. Also, sorry if I kind of glanced over some of the extra details in the jet mode, but I wanted to make sure that I was able to highlight them in the robot mode, because this is where they really shine, at least in my opinion. I do like his chest here, even though it's not accurate. It is technically accurate to that original G1 toy that bared the same name as Skyquake, so I don't really mind it all that much. Got a nice Decepticon logo on there. And overall, I think the colors here look good. The military green and the red here looks nice. The gunmetal gray complements it very well as a nice contrast. And the dark green with the panel lines and everything looks very good. And overall, these little wings back here are able to hide these hollow gaps back there, so that's always nice. And overall, not a lot of this guy is hollow. I mean, unless you look under him, then he's got some nice hollow gaps.
Wow!
And overall, I think the back looks pretty good as well. Nice big wings on there. Now going over his posability, the head can swivel from side to side. He can also look up that far. And for some reason, when you look up really far, it looks almost dramatic, like squirrel! Not really much for head pivoting. Now the shoulders here are kind of weird, but they're on these like posts right here that shift around or whatever. So sometimes the shoulders here kind of run into them all the time, but basically you just pose the shoulder and then you just got to articulate the shoulder pad to where you want it to be. Sometimes if you want to use these butterfly joints to the full of their degree, the shoulder pad can't really reach all the time, so just try to work with it as the best as you can. The shoulders can move back a little bit. The shoulder pad moves out to accommodate for the shoulder moving outward that far. He does have a bicep swivel, which is nice and tight. That's what she said. He's got double jointed elbows, which bend in over 90 degrees. He does have some wrist swivel. He does get some waist swivel, and due to transformation, he does get an ab crunch. So very nice, little bit of articulation right there. The hips can rotate forward that far. They can rotate back that far. They can move outward that far. Though one thing I do need to mention about this ratchet joint, mine, for some reason, doesn't ratchet anymore. It's like really, really loose right here, and it just wants to... Where this one right here, you can actually hear it actually clicks, where this one doesn't really do anything. Normally, the hip thing wouldn't be that big of a problem, but sometimes when I'm trying to pose him, he'll go, ah! He does get a tight thigh swivel, double bend at the knee, which bends over 90 degrees, and then his toes can shift, and he does get some slight ankle pivot. So,
hey, that's pretty good.
Pretty alright articulation on a nice big guy just like this. I really wish Hasbro would get their quality control straight. And the Gatling gun looks really good in his hands. And when you get the blast effect on there, it just makes me wanna... And the sword here looks pathetically small. That's what she said. Here he is compared next to the core class Nemesis Prime, who totally wasn't being a pain for me to transform off camera. Come on. Here he is next to the Prime Universe Knockout. Here he is compared next to Jack. Hi, Jack. Hey, say hi to the audience. And then finally, here's the Prime Universe Bulkhead compared next to Skyquake. So anyway, that is basically it for the comparisons.
For 5 minutes. Could you not be yourself? For 5 minutes!
And that's it for the Transformers Legacy Leader Class Skyquake. And yeah, this guy is a really good figure. He's a good size, he's nice, hefty, and chunky. He definitely is one of the bigger Leader Class figures. I know that over the years there's been this weird downsizing of Leader Class figures, but this guy is on par with like someone like the Studio Series 86 Grimlock. Overall, I do like everything about this guy. His jet mode and everything does look great, and I overall love a lot of the extra details and things that this guy has, especially for his Leader Class price point. So yes, I do think this figure is well worth the price, and he is a good figure in general, and definitely one of the better Prime Universe figures, if not the best one. I give this figure a really solid 9 out of 10. Jet mode's pretty good, robot mode's pretty good. Both have really nice details, and the robot mode has some pretty decent articulation. The shoulders are just a little weird, and also that knee, and also that hip of mine is a little bit loose, on the loose side, but overall, I can't deny that I am satisfied with this figure. So yeah, that is basically it for this review. If you guys liked it, give me a like on the video. Comment down below what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel for more Transformers and action figure videos. And I'll catch you guys next time.